What's up, gang? Zach here from the Trading Network. I hope you guys are doing well and that you're having a nice weekend so far. What I have for you guys tonight is the very first installment in a new series, which will basically just be my weekly recap from my trades in the prior trading week. So this evening, we are going to be discussing the week of October 17th, the 17th through the 21st, to be precise. And I'm really just going to try to give you guys a high-level view each week of the information that I'm taking from these trading journals or this documentation. I'll show you guys, my win rate by trades, by days, average winning trade versus average loser, profit factor, net P&L, etc. And hopefully you guys, by the end of these videos, will be able to take the same information that I'm using to strengthen my trading and improve on a daily basis for your trading. Whether or not you are a beginning trader, just getting started with no system, whether you have a system but you're still working on consistent profitability, or whether you have a system and you're consistently profitable, I hope that you guys are able to take value from this content and use it in your own trading journey. So with that said, we're going to be discussing the week of October 17th, the 17th through the 21st to be precise. You can see that this week I locked in a little over $11,000, $11,010.50 to be precise. I took 29 trades in total, and you can see here that I won 27 trades and lost 2 trades at a 93% win rate. And you can see my win rate by days was 100% this week, and I'm actually on a 2-week winning streak, I suppose, if you're going to call it that, where I have not technically had a losing day since Friday, October 7th, and that is my only losing day this month. Now, what I want to show you guys is just a bit more information about this trading journal in general. It is called TradeZella. If you guys watched the scalping video that I posted earlier this week, it is the one where I'm wearing a red long sleeve shirt in the thumbnail, to be precise, not the most recent one, but 2 scalping videos ago. You would see a very brief breakdown of some of these trades that I took. I believe it was the trading day from the 17th. You can see here that if you click on any one of these dates, it gives you a nice little window here where it shows you your trades, your ticker, what side you were on, the volume, net P&L, etc. And it even allows you to go in and grade your trades, mark off your setups. So you can see if I click this, there's a bunch of different built-in setups. I have 3-step shift, the op zone short, bullish divergence, 1,000-tick op zone short. I've got high or low op zone, no setup with 3 exclamation points to make it very clear when I am entering into a trade that does not pertain to my plan or is not part of my playbook. Guess what? I also take trades that are low probability sometimes, and that is often where I'm learning the most. So I will go back to the dashboard here just to show you guys one more time. We get a nice daily net cumulative P&L graph here, or an equity curve. You can see really great week. Not anything, amazing to write home about as far as the P&L goes, but it's hard to complain about locking in 11 grand in a week and having these kind of stats. So 17.1% profit factor. This is the total profits divided by total losses, as it says right here. A profit factor above 1.0, of course, indicates a profitable trading system. And most of you guys probably know that. But for those of you guys who are newer to trading and newer to journaling your trades, I think all of this information is very, very important. So we'll go here, we'll go to the stats, and I'll just click on this week so you can see the breakdown here. You can see Monday, October 17th, locked in $1,800, almost $1,900 over 3 trades, 100% win rate. October 18th, $3,450.28 over 5 trades. You can see that I am barely spending any on commissions here, and this was a really good example of me taking high probability setups, not entering too many contracts, not over trading, getting in, securing my profit, and being done for the day in a matter of minutes in a lot of cases this week. So you can see Wednesday, 19th, about $3,500, Thursday, about $1,200, and I ended the week at $940 on Friday for a total, once again, of $11,010.50. So I want to give you guys a little bit of a deeper look into some of the stats that I really take a lot of value in. Some of those, especially the largest profit versus largest loss, the largest profitable day, your average daily P&L, as well as the profit factor, which we discussed previously there. And last but not least, I really like to look at the average winner versus average loser and make sure that at the very least, my average winning trade and average losing trade is at a 1-to-1 ratio. You can see this week, it was actually even a little bit higher. But because I enter multiple contracts at once and then peel contracts off as I go into profit a lot, this isn't always as accurate as it could be. This week, I did a lot of trading where, I entered for 3 contracts and exited all 3 at the same time. So that, it's a little bit more accurate this week, I will say. So a little bit more detail that I think is very, very interesting. You can see that performance by hour is something that not a lot of traders consider, but consider that the market activity based on the time of day, especially during the New York session, it varies significantly, right? So the first hour and a half, 2 hours even of the market is going to be the highest volume, the highest trading activity, and typically where a lot of my money is made. You can see that, generally speaking, as the day goes on, I am not making as much money. And one thing that I noticed, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can resonate with, is back in the day, before I really understood that time of day correlated to market activity, especially, during the same session, I would make a lot of my money in, the opening 1 or 2 hours. Then I would come back at lunch or I would come back at the end of the day and I would give all of my profits back. A lot of times I would actually, give all my profits back and then end up in the red because I couldn't stop trading or I came back at a different time of day where, the volume, the liquidity, the activity was different. And I was so confused. Like, why can I possibly be trading the same setups but having different results? And it took me a while to realize that time of day had a lot to do with it. So you will find me making most of my money in the first hour or 2 of the markets. You can see that there's also a trade duration option as well. You can see that generally speaking, most of my money is made between 1 and 5 minutes. You can see that this week I made $2,000 in trades that I held for less than 1 minute. I made almost $3,000 for trades that I was in for 1 to 2 minutes, and I locked in $4,400 for trades that I was in 2 to 5 minutes. And this is a bit of an outlier here. This is a section where it shows you trades that I held between 10 and 30 minutes. Very, very rare for me, but there was some longer term setups, some reversal setups, for instance, that take longer to play out. There's a lot of consolidation at, accumulation and distribution areas. And you'll see that it's pretty rare that I'm holding a trade for anywhere near 10 minutes, but I did this week, and it was actually, the lower section of my P&L by trade duration. So that is also something that is very important to keep in mind. I think time of day is very important. If I was going to kind of rank these in order of importance, I would say time of day is either 1 or 2. I think performance by setups is also very important. It's really important to document what setups we gravitate towards, what setups are most successful in our system, and what we need to work on. So for me, and the market environment or the market activity does correlate or have a lot to do with what setups are working well, for example. But you can see my opportunity zone long setup, for example, I made the most money. And admittedly, I haven't finished journaling all of my trades from this week. I still need to go and tag some of my setups. But you can see my 3 major setups that I did journal: higher low in the op zone, local low at a major level, and op zone longs on the 377 tick chart. It's very clear that the op zone long is one of my bread and butter setups. You guys, of course, know that from just purely watching my scalping videos, I'm sure. But this is the type of information that I'm using to really hone in and practice my, obviously my bread and butter setups, but also work on the setups that I'm not necessarily seeing as much or as confident in. And this information really helps paint a clear picture of what you are doing or what we are doing day in and day out in the market. So you can see here, you can filter it by day of the week. So Tuesday and Wednesday, some really good days. And generally speaking, by Friday, I am more shifting towards capital preservation mode, if that makes sense, where I'm not necessarily focused or afraid of giving profit back, but I want to make sure that I'm taking extremely high probability setups, especially on Friday, especially as it gets later into the day on Friday. And I, generally speaking, don't want anything to do with being involved in the market, after like lunchtime, Eastern time. So, 12 noon Eastern time on a Friday. So that is typically why my Fridays are a little lighter. I'm leaning a little bit heavier into my setups midweek. And, as we get closer to the end of the week, I suppose you could say intensity kind of tapers off. But really, in general, as we move into the end of the week, I have noticed that is a common occurrence for me, and that is what makes me most comfortable. I'm not looking to, take a lot of risk. I'm not looking to take a lot of low probability risk or setups or put money on the line if it's not an absolutely A-plus setup. And we had a lot of volatility this Friday. So I basically did the best that I could to get in, grab a couple high probability trades, and end it for the week. So I'll go through a couple other, you can see the mistakes here. So these stats are interesting as well because I marked mistakes on trades, and you can see that they're much lower P&L trades. Like trading scared, that is me closing a trade that I shouldn't have closed too early. Whether I was worried about losing, whether I was seeing something or hyper-focused on, micromanaging the trade, that is an area where I need to improve, right? Everybody has issues, everybody has flaws, everybody has weaknesses. And I actually posted this on Instagram, on our Instagram story yesterday, but there's a quote from Jared Tendler in The Mental Game of Trading that discusses how important it is to understand that we are human beings, and human beings in general have weaknesses, and we need to lean in and learn about our weaknesses so we can improve on them, right? Just because I made 11 grand this week doesn't mean that I made, 100% perfect trades and I didn't have anything that I can improve on, right? Here's one, didn't hold a target. Here's another one, I front ran a level. Here's another one, no trend. And again, trading scared, right? Yeah, I still made money on these trades, but I have things to work on. And it's important to make sure that you are exercising humility as a trader. As we like to say in TTN, we got to eat the humble pie. And I think it's a really good exercise to, even on a week where, I had no losing days and I won 93% of my trades, I still have stuff to work on. That's what keeps me humble. That's what keeps me focused on improving as a trader and not being, euphoric that I made 11 grand in 1 week. It's really, really important to keep that perspective and just stay humble. It's cliche. We want to be proud of ourselves. We want to be proud of the work that we're doing in the markets, especially if we are, having good results like you see on this trade performance report. But it's also important to know that there's always things to work on. So that is what I'm using this journal for. And that is what I highly recommend you guys doing, regardless of whether it's TradeZella, TraderView, whether you're using the built-in trade performance report in NinjaTrader. Take information from your trading data and use it to your advantage. I promise you, whether you have the best week of your life or whether you have the worst week of your life or anywhere in between, there is a lot to be taken from really analyzing from a technical perspective, an analytical mindset, if you will, learning about where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, what you did well, and what you can improve on. I promise you, there is stuff that you can improve on even if you are an amazing trader and you haven't had a losing day in months, right? There's always things to improve on. And that's something that I really took value from comparing professional athletes to professional traders. Professional athletes don't stop growing and learning just because they're at the professional level. It's actually the opposite. They learn more, they study more intensely, they have even more rigorous practice schedules and rigorous game film analyzing, right? It's important to just always keep in mind that the journey does not stop. The journey does not end at Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern when the market closes. The journey doesn't end every day when the market closes. That's when the real work begins, when we dig in and we start to analyze our performance, we exercise humility, we eat that humble pie, and we learn and we admit that we make mistakes even when we're making money, just like I was showing you guys a little bit ago, right? So I won't drag this video on too long, but I wanted to break this down a little bit, especially since it's the first installment in this weekly recap series, if you will, and just really drive home the idea that journaling is imperative. Regardless, again, I said it in the beginning of the video, regardless of whether you're just getting your footing, whether you have no system, whether you have a system and you're working on consistent profitability, or whether you are already a great trader that is, achieving consistent profitability, it is important to just not let up. You got to always keep your foot on the gas, and that's something that is exceptionally important. So as you guys can see here, just in closing, it's been, a decent month. Like I said, nothing crazy. This last week was pretty darn good. But, the month overall, let me just show you guys this month. So 16.7K over these accounts, and can't be mad at that, right? But there's always things to improve on. So for the month, I'm at a 78% win rate. I have won 83 trades, lost 23. And I'm still at, a 93% win rate by days with only one losing day this month. So with all of that said, I hope that you guys truly do find value in this different type of content. I'm trying to introduce new things to the YouTube channel, and I hope that these weekly recaps or weekly reviews will bring you guys value in your journey, regardless of where you're at. So with that said, if you guys want to learn more about this trading journal, it is actually not entirely open to the public yet. So you have to go to tradezilla.com and request early access. And if you put in, like heard about you guys from the trading network or something like that, you should get approval pretty quickly. But this is a great tool, and I'm really excited to share more about it. Again, I'm not making any money from this. I'm just finding a lot of value in it, so that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. There's no referral code, nothing like that. Even if you guys don't put, that you found out about TradeZilla from the trading network, all good. Use this to your advantage. There's a lot of great information that you can take. So as we move forward, as I continue to do these videos, I'm sure that I will get better at doing my weekly reviews as well. But generally speaking, I hope that every single video that I do in this regard brings you guys value and shows you how important it truly is to be journaling and treating this like a profession. There's a big difference between a trader that just sits down at the market open, tries to trade, and then doesn't think about trading at all or doesn't do anything to improve their trading skills after they're done trading, versus somebody like myself, a professional who every single day documents their trading, learns from their mistakes and their good days, and continues to do it regardless of their success. I do not stop journaling just because I am on, a 2-week winning streak or because I made 11 grand. Like, I continue to journal, and that makes me even more motivated to learn how I did so well and continue to take little bits and pieces and improve my game on a daily basis. So with all of that said, if you guys want to learn more about TradeZilla, please check out tradezilla.com. You can sign up for early access. If you guys want to learn more about what we do at the Trading Network, please check out thetradingnetwork.io, where you can purchase access to our private Discord, where we live stream our trading every day, Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. You can also purchase access to the Trading Network Proprietary Indicator Package, the Fundamentals of Futures Trading course, the Pro Trader Bundle, which you'll find a link to below as well, and of course, last but not least, one-on-one mentorship with me. Thank you guys, as always, for taking the time. If you like this content, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell notification to get notified when we post new videos. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Much love.